While it appears Washington's NFL team is finally putting its racially insensitive nickname to bed, there are other sports teams who should probably consider a rebrand as well. For example, the Cleveland Indians. Manager Terry Francona has said that it's time to move on, and you can't blame him. I mean, just 7 years ago, Chief Wahoo was still the primary logo for the Indians and was only outright removed 2 years ago. And while it's common legend in Cleveland that the Indians name originates to honor a Native American baseball player, Louis Sockalexis, newspaper clippings from the announcement of the new team name back in 1915 do little to mention Sockalexis, but more so promote appropriation of Native American culture. Staying in baseball, the Texas Rangers. Doug J. Swanson's forthcoming book, Cult of Glory, The Bold and Brutal History of the Texas Rangers, brought to light the origins of the Texas Ranger, riddled with white supremacy motivations and lawlessness, as well as a long history of brutality and oppressive actions towards Mexicans and African Americans in the state. Dallas Love Field Airport recently removed their statue of a Texas Ranger. The baseball team should follow suit. Then you have the Atlanta Braves and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, on the surface, both appear to have overly broad nicknames that allude to indigenous people. However, both are actually named for white men who appropriated Native American culture. The Chiefs' nickname comes from their mayor at the time, Harold Roe Bartley, who often impersonated Native Americans and went by the nickname Chief. The Braves' nickname comes from their owner at the time, James E. Gaffney, who was often referred to as a Brave, a name for Native American warriors, for his participation in the corrupt New York political machine Tammany Hall, which also appropriated Native American garb in its logo. And both teams continue to incorporate the racially insensitive tomahawk chop at their home games. Finally, there's the Chicago Blackhawks. The Chicago hockey team was named in honor of the U.S. 86th Infantry Division, or Blackhawk Division. That name came from Black Hawk, a Native American chief who sided with the British in the War of 1812. Opponents of the logo say that it's yet another example of Native Americans being depicted one-dimensionally as savages or warriors. There have been calls and petitions for the team to change its name, or at the very least for the players to change the logo that they wear on the front of their sweaters. You know, what all of these nicknames have in common is that they come from a time and a place when cultural appropriation was commonplace and racial stereotypes went unchecked. If sports leagues truly want to lead in this movement, some introspection on these team nicknames is a good start.